about this SofaPython3.
On m'entend si je parle comme ça?
Sûrement pas dans le stream.
Ah. Okay, because I was supposed to do a live presentation, so I cannot do that with my microphone. So you have to handle this.
I can do that for about 15 minutes. If some of you, especially at the bottom of the room, you can't hear actually what Damien is saying, I can really handle the mic for a few minutes.
Okay, so thank you for coming. I'm sorry because I didn't have a lot of time to prepare, so it will be kind of unprepared work. But here are the slides about SofaPython3 that I wrote 1 year ago. And basically, it explained that we started SofaPython in 2013, and it has been widely used for state creation. And it was a very interesting thing because it allowed everyone to use Sofa with all the existing framework. I wrote the slide 1 year ago, so it was 18th, and basically there is a lot of different issues. Some of them are related to the usability of the Python API. There were also interoperability issues, and basically the biggest problem in terms of interoperability is that the existing Python code is based on Python 2.7. It's deprecated officially since 2008, and now the support is completely terminated. So we absolutely need to upgrade to Python 3, and that's why we started the SofaPython3 project. Okay, I need to switch to a different set of slides. And so we started to work on that 6 months ago. You have the name of the different contributors from Defrost, from the hybrid team, from Mimesis, from freelancers, and also Insimo share their own binding. You can find the Python3 plugin at this GitHub address. And basically, what it contains is exactly the same feature as you had in SofaPython. But you also have the ability to write in Python controllers, force field, data engine, visitors, and we put special care in improving the performances of the binding, because historically there were a lot of copy between C++ data when it was going to Python, and there were a complete copy of all the data sets, so it was really slow. And so in this plugin, what we try to do is to have a kind of a zero copy design. So when you have a lot of data in your Sofa simulation, you can expose and access it in Python through NumPy access. And the good news is that it works also with what is called acceleration framework for Python, like Cython and NumPy. And one of the very cool features there is now is that you can also make Sofa simulation. I mean, I don't know if all of you are using Sofa, but in general you use an application that is called Run Sofa to execute your simulation. Now it's possible to make a Sofa simulation without Run Sofa. You can just take the Python3 interpreter and start your simulation and explore the data. And so as it's completely standard Python3 interpreter, you can also plug Sofa into any kind of other framework you want. For example, we have usage in terms of data analysis, and we are also using this for a machine learning process where we are using the simulation to generate the data set for the learning process. And we also have added some feature that it's in one of our leads, which is called STD. So actually, what could I show you? I don't know how many of you use Sofa in general, but
we can actually ask the question of how many have never actually used Sofa in the past, or not very sure about Sofa.
So,
3, 4, 5, 6, about 8 people.
Okay, so I will just make an example just to show you what it means SofaPython. Very extremely simple scene to start the demonstration.
I'll make it.
Ah, yes. Very impressive. So basically, if you are not used to work with SofaPython, you can write your scene that way. So you have an entry point, which is called create scene, and then you can add your component like that. Okay, and you can see that in Sofa it's now integrated into the simulation. So you can make your complete scene that way. So you can command that more and more. So you now add the mechanical state, so I assume you all know what it is. You can add it a mass, you can add some force field, and then you can add a visual object. With the mapping here. And then you can start doing your simulation. So, yeah, I know it's not really biomechanical modeling. It was just the simple example I can come up with to show just the API. So basically, you have the root of the hierarchy, and then you can add object or a child node to the hierarchy. So this is the classical Python, SofaPython. So now with SofaPython3, you have all the existing features. Now you can write your own controller, and I will switch to this one, to this scene. So it's an example scene here. So it's again a very simple example just to demonstrate what you can do. In this scene, you have a simulation, you have some solver, you have and then there is one mechanical object with 2 degrees of freedom, which are just position. But here we have implemented force field, so the mechanical part directly in Python. It's this component, and it's here in the scene. And the implementation is here. The window, and it's into the SofaPython3. We wanted to have the writing quite simple and as short as possible. So when you want to write your own force field in Python, you just have to inherit from this component. And then you have to implement add force, add t-force, add cut matrix. So all the function you have to write in general in C++ and implement the behavior you want. So here it's a very stupid spring between the particles, their initial position and current position. Like it's Python, so it's slow, but when you use the acceleration framework, like Python, you can get really good performances, something like half the speed of C++, which is quite good. And we have made a simulation with that on fluid structure modeling. So this is when you want to use Python with RunSofa, but as I said, you can actually just go. So you can just So now you don't need to work with Sofa anymore, so you can just maybe you can make that bigger. No. Is it readable? So on here, and basically you can so I don't know if you are used to work with Python, but it's just like that. Okay. And then you can go and you can you have code completion and everything. And I'm just printing the scene I am making. So this is what I child. And once you have that, you can start the simulation and have the full control to the simulation. So instead of writing that, I just made this example where you are, it's basically mimicking the behavior of one Sofa. So you just import all the plugin, you create a root node, and then I fill this root node with the scene that is into the force field example I showed you previously. And then I initialize the simulation, and then we do 1000 simulation steps with this time step. And for the demonstration, I just say the position of the object and at the time to make some plots. Yeah, it's not very impressive, but the nice thing is that as it's full Python, you can now integrate it with any kind of framework and access all the data that are in Sofa into every kind of other package you want. While the way to work before was to be able to use all the package into the existing run Sofa application. So it's a quite changing way of working. So I close my slide, I assume. Where I am. This one. And so in terms of roadmap, SofaPython3 is more or less okay now. There is documentation on the read the doc. It's an interesting documentation generation system, but it's so this means that each time we are changing the code source, the documentation is updated. So we have some trouble with that because some of the modules are not correctly generated, but we are working on that. So it's partially working. We are a big part of our roadmap is to update our Run Sofa 2 application to use SofaPython3, so it's on its way, and you can see that in the next presentation. And then after that, because the API are not exactly similar, we will need to update all our code base, which means STD, subrobots, all our plugins, subrobots and devs, model application. So if you have a question or you want to hear more, I invite you to tomorrow. We have a 1 hour tutorial on Python3. And that's all for that.
So yeah, do not hesitate to ask questions actually either right now or later on. As you noticed, compared to the training of yesterday, using the previous version of the SofaPython plugin, where you are actually quite quickly blocked on some technical topics. That was one of your questions actually, Frederick, yesterday. How can we run a simulation? Master step by step. How many step of simulation are we going to run? Can we stop it or whatever? That's really what could become possible now with this SofaPython3. And on top of that, as Daniel presented, implementing force field or component physics, everything in Python. That's. Are there any questions? Yeah. That's a homemade question from the same research team.
Yeah, I think I already asked before, but I'm curious about the debugging functionality. So I guess debugging is now possible on the running scenes, right? Like if I can step into the callback functions and.
Not sure I understand you. You have the same debugging functionality as any Python code. So you can use every Python framework to do the debugging.
Okay, I'm curious to try it.
Another question?